Good afternoon, lovers and friends and authors and aspiring authors, people who call themselves writers. Yes, I have been waiting for this. I have had a busy week because just yesterday, my most recent book was submitted for approval on Amazon.com to come out to you guys on May 1st. It is called Talking to the Trees, and it is a story about a young woman named Madeline who can't find her answers in life, so she heads into nature to find them. And it is such a good book, you guys. I'm so proud of it. But because of that, I have had quite the week, quite the last literally 60 days getting this book out. I'm currently, I was writing a book that will be coming out on Thanksgiving Day. I'll talk about that another time. But as I was writing that book, this book pushed its way through because it was just time, and I wanted to write the other one first, and this book, Talking to the Tree, said nope, me first. And I'm so glad that I honored that feeling, that intuition, because this book is perfect timing. It's perfect timing for where we are on the planet, for where we are emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually. And so I'm so proud of this message and the way that I know it will serve people at this time. So that will be coming out on May 1st on Amazon as an ebook only, so that you can get it right away and start reading. It's a pretty quick and easy read, but a super powerful and transformative message. So be sure to tune into that. And I have to admit to you guys, this Write Your Book in 60 Days workshop and challenge and course has been on my heart. First, I was looking back a little bit, and it's been in my notebooks for the last 6 months, and it just didn't feel like the right time. I was like, I'll get to it whenever it's important. I'll get to it. And then I wrote a book in 60 days. So that really wasn't intentional, but this book came out. And it came out quickly because at this point I've written 5 books. 2 have been in my name, and then I have ghostwritten 3 other books for other motivational speakers and leaders in the world. And so some of you guys may be asking, like, okay, I know you wrote a book, but you're going to have me write a book in 60 days? What's that about? I can write a book in 10 days. Let me tell you. That being said, it's really fun to do. Writing is such a gift, and the biggest key to how fast and how much flow your book can come through you is really about how clear and open you are to having that happen. So I want to tell you a little secret is that it's your resistance that stops a book from being written quickly. So obviously, if this information resonates with you, it does. If you don't consider yourself an author, this live challenge may not be for you. But if you know someone who is an author, who is a writer, who is an aspiring author, and they've said for a decade, I got a book in me, I've got a book in me. Well, this is time to get that book out of you. Okay? So stay tuned with me. These lives aren't going to be these huge breakthrough lessons, but I am going to give you some tips and tricks and also challenge you to stay along with me for the next 6 days. If you take on these little mini challenges for the next 6 days, I think you're going to be pretty clear if you're ready to move forward to the workshop that I'm hosting on Friday night next. Oh, happy Friday! I'll tell you what, working for yourself these days start to just I don't know what it is. Anyway, so it's Friday. That means the Hearts Unleashed podcast episode came out, Losing and Finding Your Voice with Renee Reich. So check that out. The writers workshop is going to be next Friday at 5:30 p.m. PST. That is Pacific time. These are at 1 p.m. PST for the next 6 days, and I will be challenging you to participate for the next 6 days. And what that looks like is definitely, I love when people tune in live. So I see Amber and Sharon here. Thank you so much for being here and tuning in live. If you are catching the replay, do the little fun thing, #replay. Let me know that you're participating and seeing it. And then at the end of these lives, I'll be giving you a brief, short challenge that will challenge you and yet still inspire you. the workshop and the 60-day writers course that I'm going to be hosting starting in May. Those will be to dive in a little bit more to your resistance and your challenges so that I can one-on-one support you. This 6-day live challenge is to actually inspire and activate that desire to write a book, right? So I get that we're not going to be doing all the nitty-gritty work here, but we are going to be looking at, am I serious about this? If Abby were to challenge me, if I were to join her workshop on Friday, or if I were to sign up for 60 days of accountability, am I really interested in writing this book? And this 6-day challenge is going to be a great gauge for that. So I want to start by kicking it off and welcoming you, saying thanks for being here. Thanks for following your own intuition and inspiration to actually show up to the live, and to also, challenge yourself to show up for the next 6 days. So today's topic, today's point that I'd like to make is that any book you write must have inspiration. Nobody does anything without inspiration to do it, right? Like, we do things that we're told to do, right? But we don't start a big project like this that takes courage and our own internal inspiration. So I'd like to distinguish the difference between internal and external, or intrinsic and extrinsic. I thought the workshop was next Thursday. Sharon, you're very right. My days are off. Friday is 7 days from now, and this is a 6-day challenge. So you are very right about that. Thank you for the correction. So the workshop actually is Thursday. Friday is on my mind because my book comes out on Friday. So that was a little mix up there. So thank you, Sharon. Great looking out. So Thursday, 5:30 Pacific, which is 7:30 Central for my Midwesterners. So finding your inspiration, you guys. Intrinsic is internal motivation. It comes from within. It's a true personal desire. And then extrinsic motivation is following out exterior influence. That may be someone telling you what to do, or it may be that you have a desire outside of you that's motivated from outside of you, right? Like, that's what I actually call social media syndrome. So social media syndrome is exactly what it sounds like. You scroll your timeline, you see someone bought a new house, someone got married, someone got their first car. Let me fix this focus. And someone started their business, and then you're like, I'm 30. I should be married with kids already. I should have my first house. I should be making so much money. And actually, my book is very much all about that. Talking to the Trees is very much about that social media syndrome, and the way that we try to live up to other people's standard of success, and the way that we can take our power back and really get aligned with what's important to us. And if writing a book is important to you and you just haven't made time for it, this is the time for it. We have a little bit of extra time. We have a little bit of extra head and heart space. And I would love to serve those of you who want to use this time for that benefit, right? So finding your inspiration. Today's challenge, I'm actually going to start with the assignment, which is to find your inspiration and share your inspiration. So, for me, the inspiration, you guys, I have my degree in physical education and health. There was never a time before age 28, there was never a time before age 28 that I said, I'm going to be an author. That's what I want to be, and that's what I'm going to do in the world. Like, even as a coach, I didn't think I was going to be an author, right? My books, come out because they need to, because they want to. And then I practice dropping my resistance to them coming out, right? There's a few fears of resistance that are like, what do people say? Will anybody read it? Can I write? What will people have to say about what I write? And so we stop ourselves. And then, will this be a success, or is it even worth it? There's a lot of resistance that we have. Those are some of the conscious resistance, but then we've got subconscious resistance about our subconscious fears, our limiting beliefs. I'm no good. I'm not good enough. I'm undeserving. I'm unlovable. Oh God, it just goes on, y'all. And I have a lot of passion and a lot of heart for those blocks. And part of my passion is to inspire you past them. So you got to find your inspiration, the inspiration that is yours and for you. Okay. So why do you want to write a book? This is the assignment, and this is also the challenge part of this. So maybe write these down, or maybe rewatch this, or pause it to consider, because I'm going to ask you to do something with these questions, right? So why write a book? Why do you want to write a book? That's today's main challenge and question. Why do you want to write a book? And the challenge part of this is to share why you want to write a book. So I'm going to ask you to make a post on your personal page and tag me and hashtag 6-Day Writers Challenge. Okay. So hashtag 6-Day Writers Challenge, and then tag me in your post so I can love up on you and share and celebrate with you. Right. But I'd like for you to share your inspiration for writing a book. There's two pieces to this: for writing a book and who your inspiration is for writing a book. This could be just you. You could say, I'm my own inspiration. Like, damn it. Right? It could be someone in your life who's inspired you. Someone was sharing, I think it was Jose or Jesus was saying, my losing someone in my life has inspired me. My journey has inspired me to want to share the journey. Right? And so that would be a lot of intrinsic motivation. And then one other, like, I could say, oh, bonus points, but just do the damn thing, right? Is tag someone else who's been the inspiration for writing your book, if it's someone else, right? Or if that person has Facebook, whatever, but you can always just say their name. And one piece of that about like who inspired you is I'd like to give you a personal share. Reading You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. I was living in Indiana. It was about a year after getting divorced, and I was in my woes. I was still feeling sorry for myself big time. Like I was still trying to build a business and very unsure. I had a lot of resistance. And I read Jen's book, You Are a Badass. And the way she writes like she talks. And as soon as I read it, I felt like I was sitting with her and she was just talking to me, and she drops F-bombs and she says, yeah, honey, and yeah, sister. And like in her book, like her printed, published, New York Times bestselling book feels like you're having a conversation with the author. And I knew from that moment, I'm like, I can write a book. So she was my inspiration for becoming an author because I knew I could be from there. At any other time, there's lots of inspiring books, but this one made me feel like I could be an author. And so if maybe you have an author who's inspired you, maybe a mentor, a leader, a guide, something, a podcast, like something where you've heard this message and that person who delivered it is the person you think of when you're like, I will write a book one day. I'm going to, and it's because that person let me know I can. I love that kind of inspiration because connecting to your mentors, you are like the 5 people you hang out with the most. And so the people that inspire you are the people that you should be continuing to involve yourself with, even when it scares you. Continuing to elevate. I love the saying, like, the room you're in should scare you. Right? You shouldn't always feel like the best, the smartest, the brightest. Like that doesn't make room for any growth, because if you're the best, the brightest, the smartest, the coolest, all the things, you're like, you made it. You're at the mountain peak. Congratulations. Now what? Right? But you have more desires. You have more visions for yourself. And so when you find yourself in a room, like even if it's just psychologically, if you're telling yourself, like, I'm calling myself a Jen Sincero, a Rachel Hollis, a Gabby Bernstein, right? Like if I consider myself like them, that scares the crap out of me. I do believe that's on Audible. I will pick it up. Great. It's a great book. And You Are a Badass. Oh my gosh. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to screenshot my Audible library and shoot it out here into the ethers, because my book is in my Audible library. Giving Up, The Memoir of a Quitter. I cried the day that I downloaded it because I saw my name, my book title listed next to Gabby and Louise Hay and David Hawkins. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm doing it. And you can do it too. So I hope that this is inspiring you. Find your inspiration for why you want to write a book and write that down. So today, the inspiration or the invitation is to make a post about what your inspiration for writing a book is and would be, right? Not would be, but is becoming. It's here now. We're not going to keep putting your book writing out into some far off mystical land. There is no someday. Today is someday, okay? And so please do that thing. If you want to participate in this 6-day challenge, I want to also share with you that doing every challenge from this 6-day challenge will get you into the writer's workshop for free, okay? It's $30. I wanted to make this super affordable because the barriers to writing a book are bullshit. That's it. You're like, it's too expensive, it's too hard, I don't have time, I'm scared, right? Like, whatever. I call bullshit on all your excuses. I made it affordable so you can't tell me it's too much. I made you ready. I'm talking you through every step because, you guys, I'll slow down. I'm really inspired and excited. I'm gonna slow down for a second. My commitment is you living your heart unleashed. And the truth that I know about that is that the world needs it. The world is ready. You are the one who convinces yourself that the world's not ready or people aren't ready, whatever. It's that you're not ready. And my commitment is that you ready yourself. I'll walk with you, but I can't pee for you. I can't sleep for you. I can't drink for you. And I was going to say I can't write for you, but I do that. But that's more expensive. That's why I want you to do this. And because your unique message is so important. Because I write what I write to serve who I serve. What you write will serve hundreds of other people. And that's what Hearts Unleashed is. I can't write every book in the world, nor should I. I can't feed every mouth. I can't put shoes on every foot, right? Like, I have a heart to want to do that, but I can't. This physical Abigail body can't do it all. Your physical body can't do it all. But what you can do is unleash your heart and shine in order to inspire the next and the next and the next. So we are creating a ripple effect, a tidal wave of inspiration and love. So don't, please stop fooling yourself that your message doesn't matter. Please stop fooling yourself that your book, that your mission, your message, your heart doesn't matter or make a difference, because it does. And you are stopping it. And I say that from love. But it's time to show up. So that is my invitation. Show up. Show up for the next 6 days. Show up for the next 60 days. I'm calling you out to get that book out of you. I love it. I love what I do. I literally entertained the shit out of myself. So I see you guys here, Coach Donnie, Courtney, Rebecca. Oh, it's so good to see you guys. So it is your time. It's your time to write a book. It's your time to shine. It's your time to unleash your heart. So I'm going to wrap it up today with the reminder. Today's challenge is write a post about your internal inspiration to write a book. Bonus points. Add in or write about the person or story or something that inspired you to write your book. If you're just joining us late, rewatch this so you get all the info. And then also tag me so I can celebrate with you and shout you out. Hey, Layla. And then also hashtag 6-Day Writers Challenge so that people who are also looking for this inspiration can hashtag it, find it, share it, celebrate, do all the things, okay? You guys are beautiful humans. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for tuning in. I will be live. One last reminder. I will be live every day at 1 p.m. PST. That's Pacific time. You can tune in. You have all day to watch this challenge video and participate so that you keep up with the challenge, right? So if you can't join live because you are going to work or maybe you're on calls, great, fine, wonderful. Don't let that be a reason. Don't let that be your resistance. Like, missed the live, guess I can't do it. No more of that. No more barriers, no more excuses, no more limiting beliefs, no more self-sabotaging ways. It's time to break that up, okay? I am here for you. I am here for you living your heart unleashed. I can't wait to see what you share with the world. I'll talk to you tomorrow.